So Shannon Sharpe is being accused of sexual assault and rape. There is a young woman. She is now in her early 20s, but she says that she met Shannon Sharpe when she was 19 years old in a gym in Los Angeles back in 2023. And she says that because of what she experienced, and she says that she alleges that the rape was brutal, like it was very it was aggressive. She wants $50 million in exchange. So this was filed late Sunday in Nevada by attorney Tony Busby. Now, this woman is alleging that Shannon Sharpe raped her multiple times over the course of a 2-year relationship. The relationship that they had was sexual and parts of it were consensual, but she says during their relationship, because he was physically stronger, a lot older than her, like 30 some years older than her, and just, more powerful, he began to get really aggressive. But she, at this point, she was already in it. She says that he was manipulative. He would threaten to choke her and slap her. She's also said that at some point she was being recorded without her consent, and that she later found out and alleges that the videos were shown to people. Now, when they first met in the gym back in 2023, she says that she didn't know who he was, that it was just like an older guy that was like, checking her out in the gym. He was very persistent, so eventually they started texting, conversation, and that led into them, beginning to see each other outside of the gym. They got into an argument in a home. This was after the whole Instagram live thing, because with the woman that we think is named Michelle. Yes, because at that point she said that they were in a they were in an actual relationship. They were in Vegas together. So when that happened, she had already kind of been, in this thing where he's verbally abusive, allegedly, but she thought that they were together. This Instagram live happens. She gets upset. She breaks it off because he's supposed to be exclusive, allegedly, to her. And he doesn't like that. She tries to turn on her phone location at some point during these arguments and send the phone location to her friends. He tells her and threatens her, allegedly, to say that he will effing kill her if she ever does that again. But the rape part of it, she says that she was allegedly raped anally twice, and that it was very, very brutal. She alleges the last rape incident happened January 2025. So it was, according to her, this was very recent. Shannon Sharpe released a statement after all of these allegations dropped, but he's denying this. He's denying this. He also is saying that there is a video that this woman's team has that he's been shown. Hey y'all, it's Lauren LaRosa from The Breakfast Club. Sorry to interrupt, but y'all know how I do. So I'm here to talk about Top Dog Law. Y'all hear Top Dog Law all over your radio, and I know by now that if you want top dollar, you should also know this. You gotta call Top Dog Law if it's about your car accident. Don't let these little family lawyers finesse you into a little check. Shouldn't nothing be little this season. Remember, for any serious accident, injury case, Top Dog Law gets you top dollar. So make sure you call today to find out what your car accident, your slip and fall, or your construction accident case could really be worth. And calling Top Dog Law is completely free also. It's free for a consultation. Call Top Dog Law today to see if your case is eligible for compensation with no money down. So make sure y'all go holla at my dogs, no pun intended, over at Top Dog Law. That's Top Dog Law on Instagram and topdoglaw.com. Now, let's get back to The Breakfast Club.
So, the fact that if this is true, right, why would she go grab Tony Busby as the lawyer?
Yeah, if you want to be taken seriously, you don't go get Tony Busby.
But she might have grabbed him a long time ago. We don't know when she actually grabbed him. Do we know when she grabbed him?
Well, so we do know now. We do have a timeline exclusively. So I reached out to Attorney Busby and I asked him, first of all, did this happen? Did you guys file this because of that $100 million podcast negotiation conversation? And he said they've been in contact with Shannon Sharpe's counsel since February, long before any announcement. So then I said to him, well, they're also saying in Shannon Sharpe's statement that there's a video that has been altered to make it look like their sexual intercourse or whatever is non-consensual when it's actually consensual if you show the full video. Tony Busby said to me, he is a liar. He never even actually saw it. It wasn't even referenced or referred to in the case we filed. But now that his lawyer has breached the mediation agreement that Mr. Sharpe's counsel insisted upon, it should be known that there is indeed a video. The video was shown to his lawyers at a mediation. The video was also made available to Mr. Sharpe for him to personally view it in full at my office. He didn't want to view it. He chose to offer a substantial amount of money instead, which my client ultimately rejected. So then I said, well, wait, y'all mediated? Because that means that
this shit been going on. Like, he been knew about this.
Been wanting to, like, there was possibly a settlement. Like, there's been conversations, right? Like, y'all didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah, but common sense lets you know that, though. These lawsuits don't just drop. Like, they always reach out to your team beforehand to let you know
that we're about to put this out.
Absolutely.
And if you want to put the kibosh
settle,
on,
that's right.
I just hung up the phone with a legal representative for Shannon Sharpe who wanted to make some things clear.
Oh, you fast.
They want to make it very clear that the information that Tony Busby shot me about the video, and what they're saying is that Tony Busby is making it seem like when he speaks to me that they were offered this ability to see this video in full when they asked. Because they did ask, hey, let us see the video because we want to make sure it's not altered. But they said that never happened. He denied them the ability to see the video in full. And from what they were told from their client, Shannon Sharpe, the video that they did see was an altered video. And the reason why they wanted to see it was because they know from what they're being told, there's another version of this video. I'm also told with the mediation, there was...
What is the video showing? Is it showing a quote-unquote rape or force?
In the statement that Shannon released, he said that there's a video that showed consensual sexual acts where he's doing things that she requested be done. Like, I don't know if it's like a role play situation or whatever the case may be, but it was all consensual. But it's edited to look a completely different way, allegedly, according to Shannon.
Rape.
Right. And Tony Busby is saying that is not true. We showed them the full video. Matter of fact, Tony Busby said specifically to me in the email that Shannon Sharpe did not want to see the video. He just wanted to throw money at the problem. Shannon Sharpe's team is saying that did not go down that way. There were conversations about millions of dollars, but that came from their side. And they feel like it was a shakedown, and that's why they walked away. I will have some more information once I get back on the phone, but I literally came in here hanging it up. But they're very adamant.
They reached out to you.
I reached out to them and he gave me a call because they're very adamant about, of course, they wanted to pick, their side of things and tell what they believe is their truth. So we'll have more on that, I'm pretty sure, because the attorneys have a lot to say. Shannon Sharpe released a statement after all of these allegations dropped. The statement starts with a quote from a text message. So the quote, and some of it I can't even say, I don't think, but it says, the woman is allegedly texting Shannon Sharpe saying, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're effing me.
Yes.
And then they have the woman's name. And it says that this is a text that she sent to Shannon Sharpe on October 7, 2023. Now, there's another text message that says, I know you missed this big, juicy A word. Can I say that?
Yeah. No, just say A.
Okay, A word. $25K for each cheek. And then her name is mentioned again. And this message is from January 1st, 2025. Now, they're saying that the lawsuit that was filed by this woman is orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant...
She said $25,000 each cheek.
Each cheek.
What?
But I mean, he led with money. She alleges that when they first met in the gym, one of their first conversations was he said, "Yo, if you get fit and lose weight with me and win this competition, I'll pay for you to get your boobs done."
How old was she at the time? They said
at the time in the documents they say she was 19 when she met him in 2023, but she's now in her early 20s.
And Shannon, what, 56 now? So he'd have been 54 at the time.
Let me see how old he is.
Yeah, I think he's like 56.
Nah,
with $2,500 a cheek. So what? Like
25,000 a cheek.
25,000 a cheek.
Google says he is 56 years old.
But were they actually a couple?
Yes, they were. They were doing
According
whatever this dance was.
He was 50 and she was 19.
56. 54.
54 and she was 19 years old.
So listen, and crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. So yes, whatever they were doing at the time, according to Shannon Sharpe, it was consensual, but she's looking at it a different way.
But that's not against the law because she was of age. So even though she was 19, that's not against the law.
This is a very, very messy situation. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I have no idea why a 54-year-old man is dating a 19, 20-year-old. I know y'all like to be out here bragging about smashing these young things, but that's not a flex to me. You 54 years old, you should be laid up with your wife and kids, taking your cholesterol medicine, minding your damn business. We need discipline and stability. And I ain't talking about just Shannon. I'm just talking about all of us in general. Men need discipline and stability. Find you one woman and settle your ass down, okay?
I agree with you, but it's not against the law. He can as long as the person's over a certain age, it is not against the law. So legalities, that's not against the law.
I'm with you.
It don't feel right, but for himself, it's not against the law.
I'm with you. I'm just saying a 54-year-old man is supposed to be laid up with his wife and kids somewhere. Hell, maybe even have a couple of grandkids. I don't want to be chasing no young girls at 54.
Because what are the conversations like? What are the conversations? If I'm 54 and you 20,
that's what I thought about. Like, what are y'all even talking about?
I don't agree with
signs of a stroke.
But all I'm gonna say is when you see all these white people do it, Leo DiCaprio, Seinfeld, Hugh Hefner, Joaquin Phoenix, John Mayer, when they date young girls. nobody says anything. I'm not saying it's right, but it's not against the law.
But I
Now,
saw Shannon with Andrew Schultz, and he was just talking about all of the ways he avoids situations like this. I don't know if y'all saw that part of the conversation. How he don't even want to be on the elevator with a woman and stuff like that. It's the same thing with this. You know, a lack of discipline and stability can increase the chances of a situation like this happening. You 54 years old and 19-year-old, 20-year-old.
No, you're right.
It's like, come on. If you're going to be that disciplined with everything else, you got to be disciplined all across the board.
But you know what's going to happen now? You're going to see more than one accuser start popping out now.
Well, I hope not.
But that's
Let's not hope that.
that's what usually happens.
Yeah.
One accuser is suing for $100 million. There's gonna be another girl that's gonna be like, well, it happened to me too. I need 20. Then another one's gonna come. I need 10. That's what you're gonna see. I hope not too.
I would hope not.
I hope he didn't do this, but you know that's what you more
That's
likely
what
to
we've
see.
seen in the past.
And why wouldn't you wait till he signed his podcast deal?
Because we don't know nothing about no.
She might
He
not
just
have
put
known
it out
the
last week. They just put the announcement out last week.
Did you see these text messages? In this statement, these alleged text messages, this woman said she wants a big black baby put in her. She ain't waiting on nothing.
I don't know.
You want a big black baby?
She said it twice. They included these text messages to show the nature of their consensual sexual relationship.
So she not black either.
Nope, she white.
So once again, Dr. Umar when you need him. Y'all gonna learn.
I'ma just say,
I am totally against it.
Oh my
You gotta
god.
be-
Even in sinners, y'all ain't. That's what you know. What
they were role playing
can't.
and everything
You
according
can't.
to the statement, but he says it was all consensual. So this video, I don't know, it could look kind of crazy, but you know,
Young girls, not black. Once again, we need discipline and stability because when you don't have no discipline and stability, it increases the chances of situations like this happening.
Is the woman white? Do we know if the woman is white or if she's Latino or what? We don't
I
know
haven't
that.
confirmed that, but I can. But I just assumed by the conversation that she wasn't a black woman, but I will confirm that, and
Yeah,
I'll
she
let y'all know.
Are we able to say her name?
We can say her name.
Can we play with Ray?
You can't even pronounce it.
Yeah, I was about to say I just don't know how to pronounce it.
Let me say. Let me
Here, I'm
see.
about to show you.
Please.
Okay, Jess.
That's what I'm
No.
here for.
Okay, Jess.
No, okay.
Let me say.
We doing this or no? What did we?
Because I know it's G. It begins with a G.
You know what? Let's let Jess try
Here.
to
Okay.
pronounce
The
it.
lawsuit filed by it's a third graph.
Doom, doom, doom,
Okay.
doom,
Gabriella Zuniga.
Ooh. Why you call her a zoo nigga? You call that woman a zoo nigga for no reason. That woman ain't even do nothing to you and you call her a zoo nigga. You see what I'm saying?
No, I didn't.
All right.
Zuniga? What the hell? She's not African,
That was
right?
probably one of her tweets to Shannon. That one of her texts to Shannon. I want you, zoo nigga. Put all of that in me.
And you see it all the time, right? Older men date these young women. But let me just flip it. Just imagine if you have a 20-year-old daughter or a 19-year-old daughter, and she brings home a 50-year-old man. We fighting. We fighting.
Shannon Sharpe
There's
will
nothing
beat
that
your
y'all
ass.
have in common.
What?
Beat your ass.
would beat your
I wasn't talking about Shannon Sharpe. I got Logan though. I got Lil Logan. What do you think Lil Logan
If
goes
he
to the
brings
gym
a
every
old
day?
frail 54-year-old, it's on. He brings somebody like Shannon and I gotta go get the gun.
he got new hips.
I got Lil Logan. I got Lil Logan. Logan in the gym right now. Lil Logan in the gym right now. Logan, what up, Logan? I know you got us on.
He gonna turn that hip pack and get busy.
All right,
All right, we gotta wrap up.
That is the latest with Lauren.
Yes.
We'll get more when we come back. When we come back, we got front page news. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Check out video of the full show on Tubi. Free. Classic interviews and more on Tubi every day, all day long, all for free. Just search Breakfast Club and grab your popcorn.